All right, hello everyone. How are you, Divine Feminines? I hope you're doing well. Let's see what's going on in the Divine Masculine Collective. See what energy they are feeling right now. Anything they're working on. Any messages that they have for you. I'm going to get signifiers here. So you have 1111 compassion, higher heart opening. Beautiful. They have 1010 high priestess, expanding consciousness. Quite high level cards. 77 mystical messages. Follow the signs. And bottom of the deck is 1111 twin flame. Everything is possible. So there seems to be a very expansive energy right now. They're seeing signs. They're feeling your telepathic heart communications. If you feel like there is telepathy right now, you're seeing a lot of 1111s. I'm seeing a lot of 444s. That's not just one-sided. Wow, really, really expansive energy. I'm very kind of surprised at this, but then not. As we are in Pisces season. Okay. Hawk Spirit, let Spirit be your guide. Beaver Spirit, lay a solid foundation. So, very interestingly that I just said 444. And then Elephant Spirit, learn from the past. Bottom of the deck is Deer Spirit. Bring a gentle touch, which is an 18, which is a 9. 9s are important energy. Which deck? Okay. So, a 9 can do a lot of mimicking. Strength in the Hierophant. 5 and 6. I'm sorry, 8. Wow. Okay. Getting the weirdest message. So it's just weird that I started talking about 9. It's weird that this message is coming through. But it's just like the message that came through is it's taking a lot for them to kind of stay in their relationship or where they are. I take it as it resonates. And I think as you expand, one of the big lessons is that you learn to kind of use your energy wisely. I'm going to turn the fire off. I'm sorry. Sometimes when I read and I channel a lot of energy, I get really hot. Okay, so they seem to be choosing to be in Page of Cups energy. So we're going to figure out why, because that's quite immature energy. And what it feels like to me is that whatever they've just started or are starting is like what's been coming up all morning is like you choosing to stay in your comfort zone. You know, it's very easy for you. It's also very hard for you if you're expanding. And that's a really important sentence or energy to understand. Like, you know, look at 4 of Wands and Death in reverse. It's like their higher self is wanting them to expand quite a lot and they're resisting it. And I think it's almost like they're having to repeat a lesson. But I feel like it's going to go faster this time. Well, they're just going fast. It's so weird because we got those, I did a reading and I didn't post it. I don't think, because at the end I was channeling so hard. It was sort of, I don't know, interesting. Oh no, that was on that other one. That's right. I did a TikTok reading and it had a bunch of major arcana in reverse. Okay, my body just started to go like haywire as soon as this energy like came out. So, and we also have, I guess, pressure washing going on. So they've chosen a path to go down. And it seems to have to do with this lesson about how they build relationships. Specifically, how they don't like to give their internal energy. This is a very interesting reading. I am so confused at this end over here. So you have 3 kings and the emperor and the Queen of Pentacles. So what it looks like to me is that they had their heart broken very badly by something or someone. And they're trying to move on from that by and I don't think this has a lot to do with you, to be honest, but take it as it resonates, and you can never get around the fact that the 3 of Pentacles it's a very important card. Let's see. Same position I had it in before. I don't know, there's this worry here I feel. I feel this worry. I think it's from you. That he's going to be deceptive again or deceptive again. And you're kind of carrying this, you're bearing this cross here that seems to be quite burdensome for you. It's like, I'll carry this, but it's because that I'm hopeful and I feel your energy still that, I'm kind of going way off grid there, but you seem to be this is just a channel message here, so take it if you feel like it. I feel like nothing is going the way you anticipated it going, or it's not going well. And I feel like you keep moving forward and your heart kind of keeps staying on track because of wow, so much blue and sacral. Because you think, in our inner child card, because you think in the future it will get better. Specifically, I'm getting that he just can't speak. Like, it's very difficult. So I'm going to literally read the cards on the top, which for me is the external. What he's choosing to show you is that he is moving on. He is building something new. What he wants it to look like from this perspective is that he is not thinking of you. But for some reason, this has been kind of a well-laid plan. Not necessarily a plan to deceive you, though I cannot say that for sure. I feel like you're looking at this from every angle. Like you've got this hawk card, and he's taking your savviness into account. Like the heart chakra here is connected. You're feeling heart activations, and so is he. And I feel, yeah, nothing has gone right, but, and I'm not entirely sure why I'm reading the wheel in reverse in the past, but that's how it feels to me. And so there's so many layers here. You're kind of right in thinking like this may be a trap laid for you to see, or hoping you would see it, even if it's trying to be covered up. You know, good luck covering up something from the divine feminine. It's like we see everything, and I think the reason that you're so wary is because it's like, well, why do you need to cover everything up? That's like what I want. Yeah, and this is the other thing I was going to say in the heart field. It's like you're being guided by the heart field. So is he. And there's something telling you to talk to each other. And it's kind of like, I don't know how to describe this energy exactly. But you know, when you have someone that's a really good friend to you, like a platonic friend, and then you fall off and you're like, why did they stop contacting me? And then you kind of think, well, why did I stop contacting them? And why aren't we hanging out? And why is this going this way? And you interpret things all different ways, right? You project onto it, you rationalize it, you know, your ego tries to make it look one way, and then the other part of you is hurt or wants to know the truth. There's all these layers. And part of what's going on here feels very layered. And that's part of the unlocking of this puzzle. Is normal things don't feel so layered most of the time. It's like with that elephant over the 3 of Pentacles and the 6 of Pentacles, which I'm kind of reading as like the 10th and the 4th house for some reason, is, you know, our 4th house is our deepest, darkest part of our chart. And often that is the foundation, right? The 4 of Wands, the beaver. We see the foundational elements are coming up here, and we're asking, there seems to be like, why are we building these things? Why? Like, I started off talking about the comfort zone, and it's like staying in that and building something mediocre. And it's not a comment about a person, it's about him. Like, when you recognize that your energy is very powerful and special and all magical and all of this, and you realize you have the capacity to build something extraordinary, and you still choose to build something, it's like, I feel like this is just one example. I'll give 2 examples. It's like, I'm going to stay in this relationship that I'm in because it allows me to not be accountable for my actions, not be committed, have all of the personal time freedom I want, all these different things that don't put any pressure on me to be like an extraordinary one would. And it's the same for a job, right? I'm going to stay in this job. Well, I'm going to use like my free time to do this, like go do something kind of whatever with my old friends, when I'm well aware that I could do something much more powerful. And so there does seem to be some kind of budding desire here to build more of a legacy. The Three of Pentacles for me is always a legacy card. And it's falling in this very important part in this spread. Now, somebody that's stuck in their comfort zone, in mediocre job, in a mediocre relationship, not living extraordinarily like high levels, they're generally not all that concerned with the legacy that they're leaving. You know, I'm not judging anyone. I'm just trying to read the energy that's coming through. And I get like you're a person that is sort of concerned with it. You are sort of concerned with what you bring to the world. He's aware of that. He's very aware of it. You're showing up as the Queen of Pentacles. And in that mirroring energy, you can see that there's a lot, he has a lot to give. But right now I feel that what I feel like is he's a little bit overwhelmed. And when we're overwhelmed and we don't understand, we stop. Because there's confusion. So your mind's like, I don't know how to move forward. And I feel like with you, there are some questions he has to ask you. So I drew these three cards. I'm planning to surprise you. Communication will come soon. Do you ever wonder if this is real? I doubt it sometimes. So that's kind of showing he's in doubt still. Scorpio, I listen to music and think how it was. Go for it. My friends know I'm not over you. Strangely, I think the signs and his friends, and we have Libra, Sage, Standoff, Paper, Money, Deeper into Shadow, Sirius, who may at one point have not been positive about this, may be changing their mind, maybe encouraging him, maybe like, it's kind of like one of those they're bringing up is like, if you can't beat him, join him, because I think they've tried to talk him out of this for a long time, or a lot of times, and it has not worked. So part of what I feel with the Page of Wands and the Chariot is that he may have been running away from feelings or his extraordinary nature, or you, or whatever it is that he's been running from, which is probably all of it, for so long. Sometimes when we do things for so long, we think, oh, this is me, but it's just a habit we've done, probably that we learned from our parents. They did it, or somebody that, and it's almost always in reaction to something that makes us feel weird, makes us feel uncomfortable. And that seems to be kind of the theme of this reading is, will he choose what's comfortable, or will he choose something else? So we got no, yes, and protection. I find that they actually come up a lot when someone's making a decision. And, you know, guides and angels are trying to steer in the correct, there's not really a correct way, but trying to help the process. As I said, there's this really strong heart calling. And part of what seems to need to happen is you guys need to have a conversation. There's some questions about why he needs answered, and also questions about kind of what to do about certain things. I feel like he made a lot of mistakes here that taught him a lot of lessons at one time. So, you know, we actually had King of Swords twice, King of Pentacles, King of Wands, and the Emperor. So the only one not showing up was the King of Cups. And like I said, I feel very strongly that this comfort zone is the zone of I don't have to deal with my feelings. And you're going to make me deal with my feelings. And I do feel, I have felt this for a little while, like the feeling I've had coming through is to just not demand to know feelings. Take that as you see fit. I don't want to keep hurting you. I miss kissing you. So many sad songs remind me of you. I put sad in there, so maybe it's just songs. I'm going through a lot. And that's another thing, is like drama cycle feels comfortable. Starting relationships, then manipulating them, making someone upset and angry, being very toxic, and then running from them seems to be a cycle that feels soothing. Like, I'm proving somebody cares. Like, I can see through this. It's so weird. I don't know why. I can like see the whole cycle. And it's like the feelings are never involved, but the other person's feelings are. And that it's like a vampire in a way. I don't want to lose you. Will you ever forgive me? I see signs of you everywhere I go. Again, I'm still healing wounds from a past relationship, and I want to be with you. I don't think they're healing past wounds yet. I think it's going to come, but it's not happening yet. That's just my feeling on this. I don't want this to be over. I'm trying to trust in divine timing. Here's the thing I feel that's a very, like, it may be too real for some of you, but if it's for you, you'll know right away, is that sometimes we can give so much in a relationship. We do all of our emotional work and we do the other person's emotional work, and they're just allowed to manipulate the whole thing, right? So they get the feeling, they feel really good about how much you love them, and then they just can push and pull the strings because they're not attached. This could be the one. Separation, worth waiting for, passion, trust, make the effort, soulmate, and true love. Reconciliation. I do feel that it's the feelings that are involved for you make this more difficult for him. And I think you've probably come so far on this journey. You're not really willing to settle for anything less than the 10 of Cups. And I'm not going to call it a boundary. I think it's just your decision. Maybe that is a boundary, but I think you're just to the point where it's like you bring the honesty, you bring the feelings, you bring this heart, to me or not. And there still is a push and pull here. I can feel it in the heart space. It's like you push, you pull, you push, you pull, and it's very I say the more it's being pushed and pulled, the harder it is. When it settles down, it's a lot easier, but when it settles down is normally when there's a lot of action comes right after that. And, you know, all these cards kind of show me the same thing. He wants to trust that this could be something very special with you. But most of him pushes it away for the reasons that I said. That's just what I'm feeling in the cards. And I think he's been trying to decide what to do with it. And part of what he's doing with it is to show you something that may not seem, may be, and may not be a lot more serious than it, a lot less serious than it looks. Like when you move to reconcile, it doesn't put him in a vulnerable position. But are feelings involved with his current relationship or endeavors? It doesn't feel like it to me at all. Okay, let's see what you should do. There is something saying answer the call here. There was a couple different cards that was like, he may reach out, he may call you, he may talk to you. And I think it's on you to decide to have your sacral energy, you know, very secure so you don't get pushed and pulled around. And to decide, well, what do I want? How much of my mind do I want to give? Because that Ace of Wands is in reverse. And I feel like he may surprise you. We got that card. There may be a sort of encounter. The whole reading, I got an energy that was he's setting up much more of this energy. Like he's more involved in the manipulation of it. And I say manipulation because it's like a kind of a premeditation almost. It's just this way of staying in control. And so phone call may pop up, or he may take action. These are interesting crystals. So this is advice for you to connect to these crystals if you want to be in these energy fields. We have agate with healthy body, soulcite with peace, labradorite with take action, and ruby with shine, and brazilianite with flexibility, hematite with grounding. So let's see what Ascended Masters we're working with here. And you can use, see, heart field. Hilarion, divine healing, honor your sensitivity, retreat to recharge and heal. Your light can support others. Mary Magdalene, teacher awakens. You have something important to share. Follow the inner call and don't let anything stop you. And then Mesocheck, higher learning. You have learned from experience. More inner study now is required in the divine director. This is interesting energy. It's like blending the heart and the mind. So here you have the Shekinah presence of the divine feminine. At the center of everything there is light. I am that light. He has Marguerite Porretta, the mystic of divine love. Love is divine, and I am nothing except love. And then Isis. So twice we had Isis in this reading. Goddess of magic. Sexual energy is sacred. My pleasure is a prayer, and that brings me back to life. And Great Tara. So you may feel like you're being pulled in the sacral chakra very strongly too. I feel it both in heart and sacral. But, you know, you're very attractive, and there's a unexplainable reason why there's being drawn together. It's interesting that the Neptune card came out. Emeralds on the bottom. So we have Black Dragon cocoons you so that your divine potential grows. You may feel like you're in isolation or very kind of alone right now, which is by design. Meditate, reflect, undergo metamorphosis. Yes, Aquamarine Dragon from Neptune enables you to access your deepest soul's wisdom. Spirituality and wisdom are available to you. Develop your psychic abilities and receive ineffable soul knowledge. And he has a dusky pink dragon from Andromeda. Prepares all of your chakras to embody a higher love. Or you guys have it, so you're sharing it. So there's music there in this one too. Accept and radiate a higher love. Touch others with its flame. Okay, so let's get cards here. Look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. Manifesting miracles. Your dream is soon to become a reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. Life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. When we resist change, we resist the natural flow of life and create unnecessary stress. Go with the flow and you'll be surprised where it leads. We have look inside yourself, examine what is causing you to feel this way. So I hope that has helped you. I know it was a little bit of a confusing reading, a little bit different than what I normally do, because this was very DM based, but also very like, oh, what's he gonna do? And he feels like he has a plan, but it's a bit contorted, is what I want to say. All right, bye for now.